Hey guys, Ray from Kinsmen. I feel like I'm on The Price is Right.
Yeah, this is our second time
This is our second take
running
because
through.
my lavalier broke in the middle of taping it. So here we go. I'm gonna.
No, Ray, let's go ahead and tell them the truth. At the end of taping it, we were completely done, and now we're here again. So welcome to
You're gonna
Lost
get only the
Gear.
good stuff. We're not. You only get the goods. So speaking of the goods, the meme of the week. This one goes to 11. Chapter 11. Gibson declares bankruptcy, which we're still all trying to figure out what that means. But I think it's going to be a good thing. I think it's an amicable breakup. Maybe not. It's probably going to be horrible. They're probably going to keep releasing like just trash for the next 20 years. What do you think?
Well, I mean, at least they're getting to 11. So
they're doing something. I mean, golly, everything that they pour out lately, it's just been, pretty horrendous.
yeah, I mean, it's been a long time coming, I think, which is sad.
I don't think any other company, I think this has been said many times before, I don't think any other company in history could treat their customers or produce a product like Gibson has in the past 40 years and still be alive. So kudos to them for being on life support for the last 40 years.
Speaking of that, let's go ahead and move on.
Yeah, Pete Thorne thinks, not Pete Thorne, but just hours after the report that Gibson is going bankrupt, Joe Bonamassa has confirmed that him and a collector and a signature artist may step in to save the day. Do you think that's possible?
It's going to be tough. I mean, he's basically...
He definitely knows his stuff.
Well, he
knows the golden age stuff. So if he goes back to that...
golden age stuff.
I think so.
I don't know.
I mean, you've seen Gustafsson definitely going back to that golden age. Gil Yaron going back to that golden age. Lots of people out there are doing amazing stuff with their head nods to the golden age of Gibson. So I believe that somebody like Joe could definitely come and make a difference. In addition, last point, I promise on this. But we all know that John Mayer left Fender, and he was vocal about it because he couldn't go talk to somebody and make things happen. So I feel like with Joe and an artist and whoever the collector is, Lord knows who it is, but I think that artists could go there and talk to them and maybe have a PRS kind of thing where the artist can talk to the owner and make something great like John did with... the last few guitars.
Yeah, they should. I mean, I think he will make something. He will make Gibson great again. So,
that was a nice little setup. I like that.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Did you guys see the meme? This one, Rome Loves It one.
Yeah, this one was posted by Jason Seth Lindley. I really like that name. Cool name. My name is Roman, and I was named after Days of Our Lives. So that's
I don't
why.
think anybody knows what Days of Our Lives is.
It's a really old show. The guy was Roman. Now he's named John. He might have died already. I don't really know. But I'm emotional for a reason, thanks to my mom. So it's basically a telenovela of the United States.
They don't know what a telenovela is?
You don't know who the audience is.
Anyway, finish him.
Yeah.
PRS comes in to destroy Gibson. I definitely would laugh if Paul decided to buy Gibson and then just let that ship sink. Just play a violin while it burns.
I mean,
Call me morbid.
I love PRS though. So
yeah, PRS is doing good stuff. This is the golden age of PRS.
Definitely is something. I mean, even with the what was that? What's the guitar called? The
Silver Sky.
Silver Sky. It was still so different. It was really pretty unique.
Yeah, he made a bunch of good improvements. And when he did the single cut, it was better than all the Gibsons that were being made at that era too. So kudos to Paul for doing good work.
Well, Paul's always going to do good work in my opinion. I'm a huge supporter of PRS. I love their stuff. They're always listening to their customer. And so I think that Gibson has kind of started to, they're already at the end of basically their, what's that?
Lifespan.
What consequences?
Oh, reaping what you sow.
We don't have to get all biblical, but
What is this, GDP and W?
I know.
Let's move on. Robin texted Adam Miller and said, "Hey, Adam, there's been a switch, and Michael would like to play acoustic this Sunday. Thanks for your flexibility."
Robin, who do you think you are? Robin, get her out of here. I don't know if it's her. It could be a guy. Robin.
Could be a guy.
Yeah, Robin, you were...
Either way, not cool.
Not cool. Okay, Robin, I'm going to talk specifically and directly to you at this point. There's another way to go about it, and passive-aggressively isn't the way to go about it. You have no idea whether Adam's going to say yes or no. You're expecting him to. And for someone who's been at your church for 10 years or more as a volunteer, he can absolutely say no.
Yeah, unless Michael's been there for 20 years. And
unless
I'm just playing. It's a completely hypothetical thing. This was a ridiculous move by Robin.
Unless this guy's arm is broken and he or leg is
playing guitar.
No, wait. If his leg is broken, so he has to play electric this week because he usually plays.
He can play acoustic.
Exactly, exactly. But Robin doesn't.
You play acoustic.
Robin doesn't deal with actual. What are we gonna call that? Like, I don't even have the words. Oh my God, I'm getting really worked up here, guys. Robin,
Stop it, Robin. Stop it.
There's two sides on this story here. People who are like, you need to watch your heart. You need to see where your heart is in this as a servant in the church. And then there's other people like us who are kind of like, Robin, there's another way to talk to me. And why don't we go ahead and figure that out because I don't appreciate this. Yeah,
and like I said before, those phrases have been weaponized. Check your heart, weapon. It's a privilege. Yes, those things are true, but they have been weaponized, and it's wrong. So that's all I'll say about that.
Well, I will say Robin did not say anything about the heart. Those were other comments.
Yeah.
And you guys know who you are, and
whatevs. It's cool.
We're gonna go ahead and move on.
Leonard Ramroop. Is that a real name? I don't know.
Ramroop. I want to say no, but if it is, I'm sorry. I think it's cool. Sounds like a pedal company, if I'm being honest.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just bury a bunch of these posts. I'm going to say buy the Cali because it's the best. Go ahead and buy the Layla because it's the best.
The Layla what?
The Layla volume pedal. Like, Ernie, come on, Ernie
Is
Ball. Seriously,
wait,
you're just being hard-headed.
No, he's not even talking about.
I know, but these posts that do like which is better, Ernie Ball or Layla, or
which is better is whatever Kinsmen says. Okay, so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna get the Cali 76.
We're doing it live.
We're gonna go ahead and do PayPal credit as we speak. What's his name? Leonard. Please spend your money on the Cali today.
And we're not getting paid for that much.
I will say, if it's not within your means. The Deep Six does have a blend knob.
Yeah, which is cool.
But
just save up, bro. It's cool. You can save up. Put the deposit down on the Cali right now. Just trust me.
I want you to go ahead and sin against your whole family and go ahead and just buy the Cali. It's going to be worth it. My tone is nothing without it. So,
ooh, that's a big one.
Anyway, I'm just kidding. Yeah. It's a joke. But, I mean, seriously, I did real quick story.
Go ahead.
I got to rehearsal. Something was going awfully wrong. Where my tone was...
I heard how bad his tone was, and I was like...
It was as if my PRS was dependent on batteries.
It's like your PRS sounded like a Gibson.
Oh. Hey, stop slamming the table. So, it was like... Wow, okay. It was like my PRS was dependent on batteries, and they ran out. It was... I looked down, everything looked fine, except the Cali wasn't on.
Hey guys, this is Ray from Kinsmen, and we are bringing you a new series in the Breakout, and this is Lost Gear. So stuff that we have in the closet that we haven't used for quite a few years. I probably haven't used this thing in maybe 10 years. It's a Love Pedal Church of Tone, or the Cot 50. This one just happens to be a Tiki Little China, which means that it's the very best components that Sean was able to find, and he only made 3 of them that are the Tikis. And next week we're actually going to be featuring a 1-of-1 Tiki, which is the Eternity, that matches this specific Cot 50. So when I used to play this pedal, I used to find one song that just fit perfectly in with it, and I thought you guys might enjoy it. This is the clean sound, and this is the Cot 50. Let's turn it up just a little bit past halfway. You guys are going to recognize that for any ZVX fans? Oh, yeah. Crackle okay, right? Here we go. If you're familiar with Josh Smith actually uses the chula, and the chula is 2 church of tones cascaded into each other. Let's crank it for one last sound. Ooh. All right, that's the Church of Tone by Love Pedal.
Next one.
All right, so Emmanuel Fernandez is asking what you do for safety at your church.
This is cool.
One.
Well, this is cool too because it's still up. It hasn't been taken
Yeah,
down yet.
so kudos for being civil.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking to. All right. Have those, I think we talked about this earlier, and we said have those discussions with your church. Figure out where everybody's coming from because everybody has a different perspective. My perspective on safety in church is that, there have to be safety measures in church, especially because while we were having house church a couple weeks ago, there was an incident at another house church, not related to our church, but down the street, in which a dude came in with a knife and caused a lot of harm. So you got to talk about those things. They're not going away. They're actually increasing. But I would say your best idea, talk about it with your community and decide what's best for your community.
Definitely. And I want to say that, we're not saying that firearms are the answer. We're not saying that knives are the answer or the response that you should have towards someone with a knife. That's going to be up to you. And there's going to be people who agree with you or against you. And we're okay with both. And you should be okay with both too. Yeah.
Like we can all be okay with each other.
Anyway, let's go ahead and stab this one to the next.
Sean Moore is, I don't know what he's doing with this, but he posted a survey. So I'm going to quick fire Rome real quick and ask him, how important is it for you to test out effects pedals?
Not important.
Before you buy them.
Not important.
How important
I don't even need you to finish that sentence.
How important is it for you to test out amps before you buy them?
Not important.
What about guitars? You testing them out?
I've tested out every guitar I've bought.
Them before you take them out.
Sometimes the fondle is what really gets me going,
It's the size of the neck in your hand.
Yeah, if it's too large, I like to be in charge, and that's just not going to work.
Okay, there you go. For me, I would say I don't know anybody who's trying out effects pedals before they buy them. That's what YouTube's for. That's what Kinsmen YouTube is for.
Speaking of,
try out stuff.
We just tried out the Sputnik for the first time. Wow. It's very nice. We are looking for a Sputnik actively.
Sputnik 2.
Honestly, I would take either one at this point.
I'll take the 2.
Yes, we want the 2, but would you take either one at this point?
No, I want the 2. If I'm to spend more than I ever have on any other pedal in my life.
He's being so classy.
Anyway, I haven't tested out an amp that I've bought since.
Well, thinking about this question, almost everybody on here, it seems like, has bought some kind of custom one-off Morgan or Tyler amps, this or that. Nobody's testing out their amps. So
yeah, it's cool. That's a bad question.
Yeah.
As far as guitars, we talked about earlier, and we also said I haven't tested out a guitar that I bought since 2000. 2008 or so 2000. Like that was the last guitar I bought. Like every other guitar since then. Off that. Speaking of which, we are finished with Lost Gear, but. We hope you enjoyed that little middle section that we forgot to edit into our second take.
That's okay. There will be a jump cut that you will have seen at this point, and you will love it because it's going to be there.
Yeah. So anyway, that's Lost Gear for this week. We'll try to get a new lavalier so I don't look like Jim Carrey.
Can we go ahead and can we guess the price on that pledge right there? It's the lemon
Spin it.
Lemon pledge,
It's
whatever it is.
important. Nobody
Anyway,
cares.
I do want to say, guys, if you guys have any suggestions on what would make this podcast worth listening to you, something we can do different, maybe something we can do more, besides just our background in our dining room. We just want to feel like
Classic.
you guys are here, and so it was a bit tight in the other room, and it felt a little less genuine. So it was nice seeing you guys.
Yeah, hit us up in the comments. Smash that like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next week.
Blessed.